It's been over 20 years since UCLA won a conference title, and over 37 years since they won their last Rose Bowl. Throughout the past 25 years, they have had exciting seasons and in heartbreaking defeats. A 10-0 start in 1998 ended by a loss to Miami, keeping them out of the national championship game. A number 3 ranking and 6-0 start in 2001, ending 1-4 during their final 5 games. Division-clinching breakthrough against USC to snap a 5-game losing skid in the rivalry in 2012, followed by defeat in the next 3 games, including an agonizing loss to Stanford with the Pac-12 title and Rose Bowl trip at stake. The moment fans are able to get their hopes up, a crushing defeat lurks around the corner. The hiring of Chip Kelly looked great on paper, but the on-field results have not been there. They are located in Los Angeles, California, and should have all the resources to dominate teams in the Pac-12. But as rival USC looks to be awakening as a football giant, UCLA looks to be going in the other direction and risking the chance of becoming an afterthought. But can they turn things around in 2022? Let's talk about that. UCLA has the location, the recruiting base, the media market, the conference so often begging to be taken, but has not been able to take advantage of that. From 1976 to 1995, UCLA was led by Terry Donahue. They were perennial contenders throughout the 80s and had multiple top 10 appearances in the 90s. From 1982 to 1988, UCLA had 5 top 10 finishes, won the Rose Bowl 3 times, Cotton Bowl, and a Fiesta Bowl. Since then, things have not been great. The Bruins are 293, 205, and 6, which rounds up to an average yearly record of 7 and 5. Washington State and Utah, the latter having been in the conference since 2011, have more Rose Bowl appearances this century than the Bruins. They have dealt with inconsistency, multiple failed coaching searches, and structural roadblocks that have held them back from achieving greatness. In 2006, they stunned USC 13-9, ruining their arch-rivals' national championship hopes. They returned multiple key players on defense and had a lot of hype around the program coming into the season with the 14th overall ranking. They rose to 11th in the polls, but got crushed by Utah and things began to spiral. They fell out of the polls and lost to the worst Notre Dame team in program history. They bounced back with 2 top 10 wins during the second half of the season, but lost 4 other games in the Las Vegas Bowl to BYU. Carl Durrell was fired and they looked for a new head coach. In 2014, they beat USC but then lost by 3 touchdowns to a 6-5 Stanford team with a trip on the line to the conference title game. Jim Mora beat USC in 3 consecutive seasons and generally ran UCLA as a more consistent program from 2012 to 2014, but they still continued to lose to USC on the recruiting trail. Nationally, they are viewed as the second team in the city for football. They brought in Chip Kelly as head coach, which was viewed as swinging for the fences, but he has not found the same type of success at UCLA that he had at Oregon. They have not been aggressive on the recruiting trail, and they also saw rival USC hire Lincoln Riley to be their next head coach. Even when USC was down, UCLA was never able to take advantage of it. I just want to take a second and ask if you are enjoying this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more college football content, and also let me know what you think caused the downfall of UCLA. Are expectations too high? According to one veteran Pac-12 coach, I think winning the Pac-12 championship should be the expectation, and then see where it takes you from there for your national ranking, and see if you can get into the playoffs. The Pac-12 is good football, but it doesn't have the depth of the SEC. While a successful Southern California high school coach told The Athletic, there's no reason why they can't win all those games against the Pac-12 South to play USC at the end of the season to see who plays in the Pac-12 title game. There is zero excuses for that in my opinion. FBS administrators think if UCLA can do the right things, they can attract generational players, especially at the quarterback position. Antonio Morales from The Athletic writes, proper expectations likely lie somewhere in between what UCLA is in theory, a sleeping giant, and what it is in reality, a football program battling for attention at a school, fiercely protective of its reputation on the basketball court and in the classroom. There is a question around how committed the school is for winning in football. They do have an impressive football facility and paid out Jim Mora's $12 million buyout, but things are more complicated than that though. Morales writes, UCLA belongs to the University of California system, which encompasses 10 member universities across the state and prioritizes elite academic standings first and foremost. Frugality in athletic spending is almost viewed as noble. At worst, athletics has operated under the threat of serious cut during strenuous financial times at UC schools. Even the smaller things other Power 5 programs may not think twice about splurging on, like golf club membership for head coaches, are more difficult questions for UCLA. The Pac-12's current media right deal payout can't help the program over all its hurdles at once. One FBS administrator told The Athletic, "You had one governing body in the UC systems for multiple diverse universities in terms of their scope, scale, athletic prowess, athletic footprint. So if you're trying to say UCLA should be governed as the same as UC San Diego, from an athletic perspective, it's just not the same. You don't have anybody who could advocate for UCLA. UCLA already is the most applied to four-year school in the nation, so there really is no push to improve football from a branding standpoint, because they already have the brand awareness. Coaches have to fight like crazy to get players into their school, according to Norm Chow. Then there's the fact that they play at the Rose Bowl, which is 25 miles off campus. To get students into the stands, they have to go through LA traffic, and due to their lack of success, they have really struggled to get fans in the door. UCLA averaged 45,818 fans for its 7 home games last season, a significant drop-off even from 2017, Jim Mora's final season, when the Bruins averaged 56,133. The optics of a less than half full Rose Bowl, which has an official capacity for UCLA games at 80,616, is not great. They have not had more than 70,000 fans in the stands since 2016, but things might be working in UCLA's direction going forward. They have done a great job when it comes to recruiting players from the transfer portal, bringing in 11 players this past season. They should be able to take advantage of Los Angeles when it comes to NIL, and they signed a brand deal with Jordan, which has helped in recruiting. When you look at college sports as a whole, UCLA is one of the biggest brands in sports and higher education. They have all the outside resources, they just need to take advantage of them. So what does that mean for this season? Well, Chip Kelly enters his 5th season in Los Angeles, and a lot of questions still surround the program. Last season they beat LSU in the season opener, then lost to Fresno State. They will be replacing offensive coordinator Justin Fry after he took a raise at Ohio State. They will have a brand new defensive coordinator and some solid transfer players. Dorian Thompson-Robinson returns for his 5th year as a starting quarterback, and star running back Zach Charbonnet returns after rushing for 1,137 yards last season. Justin Martin and Ethan Garbers could be the future of the program as well at quarterback. There looks to be a newfound energy on the defensive side of the ball with the new coaching staff, and they look set at the linebacker position. There are concerns surrounding the offense and defensive tackle positions, but UCLA will have time to figure things out with their season opening against Bowling Green, Alabama State, and South Alabama all at home. After an 8-4 season last year, could this be the season UCLA finally breaks out? I think there are at least 8 wins on the schedule, with multiple big-name Pac-12 schools bringing in new coaching staffs and major rebuilding projects in the other Pac-12 schools. This could be UCLA's year. But what do you think? Will UCLA win the Pac-12 South this year? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe for daily college football content, make sure to check out one of my other videos the algorithm knows you will love right here. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, remember to embrace the grind.